Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your weekly reading, Taurus. I'm Ophelia, the Oracle. I have meditated on your wonderful energy and have pulled some Oracle cards for your reading. The theme of your reading today will be freedom, vision, bottom of the deck, expect the unexpected. I have thoroughly shuffled your cards before your reading today and meditated on them as well. So we're going to get started and we're going to ask the universe, what energy is Taurus currently in? What energy is my Taurus in? Here we are towards the end of the year. Nine of Wands. And we're going to reserve our judgment so we get a fuller picture of what the universe would like us to see, know, or understand. We have the Star card. Okay. Can we get one more card for Taurus for their current energy? Ace of Cups. Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. Okay, going on to the next row, we're going to ask the universe what Taurus doesn't see coming, or what other perspective should Taurus have at this time. Let us tap into the unknown here for Taurus. The Chariot. We have the Emperor in reverse. And we have the Nine of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Cups. Interesting. In this final row, we're going to ask the universe to give us what action Taurus should take concerning these messages. What action should Taurus take, or actions? Have the Hierophant. We have 4 major arcana so far, Taurus. Interesting. We have the Four of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. Okay, I don't see any repeating cards for you, Taurus. We're going to move on to what are the opportunities or opportunity does Taurus have? The Magician, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Bottom of the deck is the Fool. And lastly, we want to know about what challenges Taurus may be facing at this time or in the near future. What are the obstacles? What are the obstacles or the obstacle that Taurus may be facing at this time? What are the King of Swords? Bottom of the deck, Two of Pentacles. Hmm. Okay, Taurus. So let's start with the theme of your reading today. We have freedom, we have vision, and the bottom of the deck, expect the unexpected. In our opportunity, we have the Magician, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, and the Fool card at the bottom of the deck. Taurus, for your obstacle is the King of Swords, Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I'm getting that there's some kind of challenge going on with the love relationship. It could be a partnership. It could be work, but I'm kind of getting matters of the heart for your reading. And in this first row, in the current energy that you're in, this Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, there's some kind of conflict that's going on in the relationship. Maybe some arguing that seems to end but not get resolved. Perhaps it's a new relationship and the honeymoon is over. And some of the, conflict, disagreements, differ of opinion or even culture are starting to come in. And it seems that you're pretty exhausted by the fighting. Nine of Wands. And trying to determine if it's worth it, should you go in a different direction. Here, the second row is what you don't see coming. And at the bottom of the deck is Two of Cups, which is why I believe this is about love. We have the Chariot to the Emperor in reverse. And, Tauruses are known for their stubbornness sometimes. Kind of digging in. And it could cause you to end up, being alone. And I want to say to the collective, being alone is not something that's bad, right? Because one of the themes of your reading here is freedom. And the Nine of Cups, male or female, that individual is pretty abundant. But if you want love and a partnership, it takes work. Sometimes you have to fight for those relationships. Sometimes you have to know when to dig in, and sometimes you have to know when to dig out. Make a tunnel and make a way. Clear a path if you can't get to the surface of things. This last row here in the action that Taurus should take, we have Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, to the Hierophant, to the Four of Wands, to the Seven of Pentacles, to the Eight of Pentacles. And this lets me know that certain things are worth fighting for. That arguments will arise, disagreements will arise, but it does not mean that this is not the right situation, love, job for you. Now, it could mean that this is not the situation, love or job for you or partnership for you, because you have freedom here. And you always have freedom of choice no matter what the cards say or anyone else should say. You have free will to decide what you want. But the vision that the universe wants you to have is all things require some level of effort and discomfort. And at the end of the day, the things that you work hard for are worth it. Whether you get to the the Holy Grail, whatever that is for you, all is not lost because you learn lessons along the way. And you want to celebrate the work that you put in, the love that you share and give. Tauruses like to be efficient. They like productivity. They like to know that their efforts are noticed and are fruitful. But a vision that we should have is to step away from this digging in on things, because it's more nuanced than that. It's more nuanced. There's a saying that people say in relationships, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? What I'm getting from this is, for those who are in relationships where there's new love, maybe this won't work out. Your opportunity here, the bottom of the deck is the full Page of Pentacles, is to maybe manifest something different for yourself, but with a better plan, with a better vision. With a better vision, you can have more healing, more compromise, which you're going to have to do in any love, relationship, family relationship, friendship, and even at work. It takes planting the seeds and working the land. And even after the seeds are planted and working the land, the increase is given by the divine. So it requires our patience, not our agitation. And yes, at the end of the day, you're good all by yourself. But the universe wants you to look within and expect the unexpected, not digging in, knowing like you know how this is going to end. Because our challenge here for Taurus is the King of Swords, underneath the deck is the Two of Pentacles, is this stubborn energy, this head over heart, and being indecisive of the direction you should go. Sometimes this energy contributes to this problem, these problems that you feel like you need to free yourself from and go back to being this fool. But like some of the other placements I'm getting some cycles, and I feel like the collective is starting to see, you know, maybe I am repeating patterns here that are no longer serving me. So the universe would like you to reconsider some things and how you see relationships, how you see love, how you see partnerships. Because the minute problems arise, it doesn't always mean that you leave and start a new one. Sometimes it means that you actually work for it. We're going to ask for some messages from the universe regarding this. I think I'm going to use some different oracle cards for you in this situation. Universe, give us some insight on what additional messages you would like Taurus to have for this time, because it seems like pretty conflicted and feel a little directionless. And if they're letting go of some of these thoughts, this behavior that they've displayed in the past, how do we get to the other side of things? Practice freedom. Release the weight of judgment. Bottom of the deck, a time to remember. Look back to your childhood. Wow. So the message I'm getting from that is maybe some traditions are keeping you in this energy. How you were raised, the relationships that you saw that you're now kind of mirroring. Perhaps you think this hard work and this conflict is just how relationships should be. Perhaps you're putting in too much labor in something that is actually not good for you. Perhaps you should go your own way and be whole first and work on you first. So if this is a new relationship, it seems like the messages here are to kind of maybe work on self, to look at some of these patterns that were developed during childhood. Maybe what you saw your parents' relationship be, maybe it was just a lot of fighting, a lot of wounds and hard work, and then, then the makeup period, and then we're back in love. And that's what was the example that you have of what love is. This up and down, this up and down, this up and down. Maybe you do need to be by yourself and love on you. And come out of this energy of trying to control other people and the situations and the circumstances. This doesn't seem to place blame on who's at fault in this argument or the breakdown in this. I don't see that. I don't see any nefarious character. I see just life unfolding and really trying to figure out, where is the path to the Ten of Pentacles? Where is the path to the Ten of Cups, to the world, which is not here? I'm seeing laboring and going on a journey and deciding things. But it may be some foundation problems for you here of what you think love is. So it seems like maybe you need to be by yourself for some time and heal yourself. Have a different vision of what relationships are, what partnerships are, what friendships are. Because it seems like what was shown to you is not really healthy. It's not really fulfilling. Sure, it was a marriage. Sure, it was a commitment. Sure, it was a career where you toiled and labored. I'm not seeing anything on the end of it. I'm seeing exasperation here. And I think maybe you need to love on you first, to love you first. And let God give the increase. Because you can't control other people. And sometimes we are attracted to people who have similar wounds to us. Other times we're attracted to people who have similar weapons to the people who wounded us long ago. And those are the people sometimes that we're attracted to. That familiarity of pain and dysfunction, a dysfunctional cycle. And we feel like, well, everybody else is in turmoil. Everybody else is in conflict. This is all I see on the media. This is what I hear at work. So my relationship must be normal. But it's not fulfilling. I don't see fulfillment here. And you feel directionless because you don't have a vision yet. But you can manifest a new one for yourself and not repeating these cycles that you got in childhood. And instead of going towards the familiar, release yourself from these paradigms that keep you in this Nine of Wands energy, this loop. Maybe your relationship is going to look different than everyone else's. Maybe your career is going to look different than everyone else's. Thank you, Taurus. Be well.